We often have turnarounds like this one at the end of a song. So let's just extend that ending and add some super cool chord substitutions for the next two examples. My name is Sandra Sherman and I simplify jazz for you. Greetings from Austria. So example 1 is in the key of E flat major. So we have a turnaround. That's a 1, 6, 2, 5 in the key of E flat. That's the 1 chord, E flat 6, 9. 6 chord as an altered chord, C7 sharp 5 in this case, because it resolves to that 2 chord, the F minor 9, and the 5 chord, B flat 13. And now, usually we would resolve, but let's just kind of delay that, okay? So we add the flat 6 major, that's the B. From E flat, the flat 6 is a B. B6-9, a major group chord. Then you put middle finger down here, you get an E6-9. That's the flat 2. So half step up is the flat 2 scale degree, and that's also called the Neapolitan chord. E6-9, and that resolves to E flat, and that works because that E is some kind of a tritone substitution for B flat, which is the 5 chord, and resolves to E flat. Example 2 is also in E flat because it's a variation of the first example. Alright, it starts almost the same, E flat, C altered, and now instead of an F minor, the 2 chord, I just play a dominant chord. We can always do that. F9, B flat 13 stays as it was, and then we go to G flat major 7. That's a whole tone above the upcoming chord, the E, G flat E. So it's the flat 3rd of the scale. Then we go to E major, but this time we don't just play a plain E6-9 chord. We play an E major 7-13, E major 13. And what we do is the last chord, we want to have an E flat 6. There's often the E flat in a melody, and it's a good choice to end with the E flat, the root on top. So this will be our last chord, E flat 6. Now there's a trick for endings. You move all notes 1 up except for the melody. You want to remain the melody. So, and now it becomes an E flat. Here is the 6th, which is the 13, and this is the major 7. So it's an E major 13. And then you move them in and you get an E flat 6. That's a classic ending chord. I have a video solely for ending chords. This video is more for whole progressions. Okay, but there is a bunch of cool ending chords also. If you want to dig deeper into jazz playing, check out my starter packs. I have all different kinds of genres like Latin, jazz, blues. You learn how to do the rhythm comping, you learn how to improvise. There are chord melody packages on my lesson shop. And all the lesson material is included, like the tabs, Guitar Pro tabs, including tabs and notation, backing tracks, and of course the link to the detailed video tutorials. The price on these packages is a no-brainer, so click the link down below in the description box and grab yours now. Here's my personal favorite, one of the coolest jazz endings. I call it the flat 5 ending. Flat 5 ending because it starts on the flat 5. We're in F major, and a flat 5 from F is B. Here's the 5th, power chord, flat 5, one to the left, B. And we have two goals with this ending. One is to have a constant plateau note on top, which is F. This one or this one, whatever F. But F has to be on top for all the voicings. While the voicings go down with the bass line from the flat 5 all the way down to the root. All right, and there's several ways to do it, and pianists play it a little different than guitarists. So here's the guitar version. B, half diminished. B, flat minor 7. Now on piano you would go down, but they can have different inversions. We can't do that. So B flat minor 7, we play an A7 sharp 5. Then an A flat 13, leave everything as it is and just move everything to the left except the F. We need the F on top, remember? G7 with the F on top. This is a G7 chord. If I play this, then I mute the string, so I lift it because we don't even need it. So these are the notes, and you have the tab in the link down below in the description box. Then a G flat major 7. Again, that's a Neapolitan subdominant chord. It's a half stone above the half step above the root, and it's a major chord. That's what we call a Neapolitan chord. Here's the G flat major, but I want this in bass, so that's the same tone. And an F6 9. So that's F, G, C, and the F on top. You can help to keep the free video tutorials of this channel running by becoming a member of the channel, and you can do so by clicking the join button right next to the subscribe button, which also grants you access to my mini lessons. You can also say a little thank you by clicking the thanks button and donate a little something. This really helps with the productions of the videos. Thanks a lot. Now for minor endings, we also play a 2-5-1. That's a minor cadence in the key of C minor. Now we have a D half diminished chord, a G altered chord, 2, 5, and C minor 7 would be the 1 chord. Now this is how I play as a minor chord, a minor ending. I play minor endings like weird chords. They really live off those weird chords. So I play, instead of just a classic D half diminished, I play a piano voicing D half diminished 9-11. So that's, here's the 9th and here's the 11th. And these tones were already in that half diminished chord. Then a bunch of altered chords coming from this G altered. I don't play the root, but I'll play the sharp 9 here, flat 9, sharp 5 with the root on top, a little melody with the 7th, and then a C minor add 9, which are arpeggiated from top because I want to resolve this. I don't want to play this chord, it's boring. So I patch it through that. And then a weird ending chord, C minor major 9. No root, here would be the root. 3rd, 5th, major 7th, and the 9th. C minor major 9. What a cool ending chord. Here it is at slow tempo. There are some iconic single note ending licks. This one's in A minor. Yay! So we start with that E, And usually, or not usually, but a lot of times, these single note licks start on beat 1 and. So you have 1 is a rest, 1 and is your first note. 1 and 2, and now it goes up chromatically up until the A, which is beat 1 again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So you want to have a good note. The root is a good note, of course, on beat 1. Chromatic, E, the 5th, and then the A. So that last bar is like kind of like an A minor chord with a little chromatic in between. And then we need a weird chord, because we're in minor, we like weird chords. Also in major you can play weird chords, but minor in particular. So we play this nice A minor 13-9 chord. Let's continue with some more single note lines. This time it's in major again, we're in C major, and this one is a real classic. You know this one. It's also usable for other genres, not only jazz. We start on 1 and on the root. Go down the C major scale. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. That's beat 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Arpeggiated the C major chord up. Not the major 7, just to try it. And then add a C major chord. I like to play the C6 chord here with the root and bass. If you can catch the C and the bass so quickly, you can also play afterwards, you know. And one more ending lick in C major, and this one's a real classic. It's the Duke Ellington ending for Take the A Train. Here it is. Yeah, we know that, don't we? So that's C, E, that's the chord. He uses a lot of chord stuff here. F, F sharp, G, and now he goes up the scale. G, A, B, C, and we add that C6-9 chord again. Here it is at slow tempo. 3, 4. And of course we also need blues endings. So here's one in B flat. All right, we start with the B flat 7. It's just shell voicings. Shell voicings are voicings that consist of the root, 3rd and 7. The 3rd and 7s are the guide tones. It's also called a guide tone voicing. I split it. You could also play just all together. I split the bass and then I play these two. Then the 4th degree of the scale, that's E flat. Also shell voicing. Then E diminished. We are in jazz blues, not blues. Jazz blues has that E diminished. You can play it either without that B string, because now it takes a bit of a jump in the voice leading, or you play it with the B, whatever you prefer. I usually play it with it, because I'm used to it. Then we go to the 5 chord. That leads us, E flat E leads us to the 5 chord F7, shell voicing. And then we go to the B flat ending, but we play a tritone substitution. And that's you flip, you don't flip the finger, you switch, how do you say that? Instead of this one, you play the B in bass. So that's a tritone substitute. Flat 5 or sub 5 it's also called. That's the same thing. These stay the same. You just exchange the F for the B and you get a B7, and that leads you smoother into the B flat 7. Okay? Here it is at slow tempo. 3, 4. Please give this video a fat thumbs up, because it's so important for me as a creator. You know, the YouTube algorithm likes it, and it also likes some communication, and I like communication too. So please let me know in the comment section below what you like me to cover next, what topics or songs you would like me to cover. Please hit that subscribe button, the bell notification so you never miss a thing. And I see you again next week. Servus, Baba.